Jai Guru Jagat, Jai Guru Jagat, Important words of Rama Institute for Applied Yogic Science and Technology is applied. We know that this works, and one of the most beautiful things about Rama Business School over these past years is thousands and thousands and thousands of businesses all over the world have been launched, and I meet people who say, I created my business from watching Rama TV and doing Rama Business School. Good morning, Satnam. Hello. I've been getting all sorts of DMs and messages of things that have happened for those who have done their homework. God loves those who do their homework. You know what they say. No. I love people who don't do their homework because that's my style. But I have been getting some great messages of things that have happened from good evening, from the intention of being in this container. Throw homework anarchy. Exactly. That's my vibe. No sleep till no homework till I'm forced to do it. But the these self-psychology practices are powerful. So please share anything that's happened for you on the chat. Let's just be in a container of success. And let's rejoice in each other's success, because there's some cool kind of things that happen in this intention container and popcorn container, and we love the proof in the pudding. So, and I've been getting some cool some testimonials of things that have been happening for people. Cool. Yeah, I love this. Beautiful. Somebody sent me also a DM where they got they asked their boss to pay for a training that doesn't have anything to do with their job, and they said yes, which is cool, which very, very, fun. All right. Amazing. Just holding everyone's success very dearly. It's one of my greatest gifts of creating Rama Business School, and this 10 Laws of Success was something I wanted to do as a lead up to Rama Business School, because I just want anybody who's interested in applying these success teachings. And again, we've been kind of unpacking what success truly is. in the age of Aquarius, and defining that, creating a gauge, a gauge of our own success and our own fulfillment, and then living by it and using it as a way to inspire and motivate and maneuver time and space and create priorities and values. But it's my proudest thing that we have such a potent and creative community, and that we're really standing for each other's success and deepening this vibration throughout the collective field. Because especially in times like these where people feel so downtrodden, I was interacting with muggles yesterday, and no, I was just I had to talk to other people. You know, it was a big day for me yesterday. I had to talk to someone besides a Zoom screen, and everyone was so depressed. I really forgot how depressed everybody is. Not, I mean, I didn't forget, but it's just like when you're in the field of it, it's really intense. And I certainly feel it in terms of my, in my prayers, but when you're kind of in it with people, because they don't have any skill set to maneuver these types of challenging times, it was really intense. I was like, wow, everybody I look at is feeling the weight, and they don't have something to move that energy in a way that's going to give them the prana to keep up. So we're very lucky, and I just want to presence that today. Really very lucky. Oh, I didn't, Mary Quinn, I didn't, I mean, I wasn't, I didn't have to maneuver through it. I was just with them, and, you know, not trying to change anybody, but just noticed the heaviness of, their systems, because it's just a very, you know, it's a very real time this time. And if you don't have a skill set to maneuver it, or you don't know how to take a deep breath, or energize the pranic body, or lift the biochemistry, it's you know, you're in it, and then there's an accumulation of that. And many of us on this Zoom have experienced depression acutely or chronically, but there, you know, if you're practicing these technologies, you're moving that out of your system. So we're very lucky. And I always hear, you know, a lot of people saying, you know, I have to deal with people at my work or whatever. You're out in the world dealing with people who don't, you know, don't have mind training or body training, mind body training. So they're in a different kind of frequency, because of it. I mean, I'm just into just humanity. So, even though it's 2020 has not been the finest hour for humanity, for sure. I'm into humanity, and I'm into the mess of it all. And so I love people. And I think that it's it's very brave to incarnate as a human, and then also just to not have the ability to know that you can move things in the way that we know as yogis. I mean, that's a heavy load. So I have a lot of compassion, and I'm into it. I have a lot of compassion, and I also think that, yeah, exactly, bodhisattva. I also think that there's you know, it's important to have a sense of humor about this, because ultimately the soul wants the experience. And so the soul is yearning for the experience, even if it's a challenging experience in the human body. So that all being said, yeah, exactly. Bodhisattva 2020. We're here. we're doing it. We're in it. of course, I'm designing some new things for my collections, and one of the t-shirts, we're doing kind of like punk rock t-shirts, and one of them, I really do want to do a t-shirt that says Misanthrope 2020, because part of being a bodhisattva and loving all sentient beings um, is also seeing the other side of things, and how how what a mess we're in, but how beautiful it is simultaneously. Okay, I'm just making small talk because my dog keeps on escaping this morning, and Take Nom's having to run after her, but she's back again. Okay, we're locking them inside. We have a naughty little dog situation happening this morning. They've come to Grandpa's, and they're having a little too much fun escaping out of the backyard. Okay. Um, how many times have you tuned in today? Exactly. Many times. Here we go. And one thing I do have to say to everybody, if you just do this Om Namo Gurudev Namo and Ad Gure Name, if you just do those two things as much as you can throughout the day, it's very protective, and it will help you even if you don't feel like doing yoga, or even if you're not in a place where you can do anything else. It'll take you out of any little anxieties or pain points or anger or feeling of fear. It's very powerful, that this first part of this, these two vibrational codes. Bring the palms together, please. I was just making small talk until I knew we had the dogs back. We have a naughty little Garuda who likes to fly over fences, I guess. Okay, inhale and exhale. Inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale. And exhale. Angure Name, Jungangure Name, Satgure Name, Sitting Gurudev Name, Angure Name, Jungangure Name, Satgure Name, Sitting Gurudev Name, Angure Name, Jungangure Name, Satgure Name, Sitting Gurudev Name, Angure Name, Jungangure Name, Satgure Name, Sitting Gurudev Name. Hmm. Okay. Um, so if someone on the Rama team could give those mantras, those are one is kind of to open you up to the we'll call it the cosmic computer, the macro computer, the Godhead, and then the other one is to create kind of a light pyramid. Um, pillar pyramid around you that is very protective. So just doing those two things is will kind of change your frequency. Okay, I'm into this 5 and 6 laws of success. These are so cool. Number 5, work never waits. Those who wait have not started yet. Nobody can stop time. Time creates the space. We move between longitude and latitude. It is the attitude that works out and completes every work for us. Oh, yogi, this is the sacred secret of deliverance. I'll read that again. Work never waits. Those who wait have not started yet. Nobody can stop time. Time creates the space. We move between longitude and latitude. It is the attitude that works out and completes every work for us. Oh, yogi, this is the sacred secret of deliverance. So one of my favorite topics is having the attitude of success, the attitude of gratitude. The attitude creates the altitude, and in this way, the attitude works out and completes every work for us. And this is, these are major kind of secrets of success. Anybody who has a moniker of success and fulfillment, they have an attitude, and the attitude is also, there's all sorts of versions of the attitude, but you can see obviously in many kind of successful pop culture movements, the attitude is what created the power of the movement, whether it's the hip hop movement or the punk movement or some of the revolutionary political movements. It's an attitude. And so that's something that I think in the new age we shy away from, because everybody wants to be love and light, and there's all this kind of these new age social mores that you're supposed to behave a certain way, and it's just not true. It's a total cliche consciousness, and I want the Rama community and this community to be busting those total kind of stereotypes, because you look, I was saying, as I do every morning, I was listening to Anna Wintour speak. And no, I don't do it every morning, but I am watching this master class of hers. And it's really good. And because we're working on these fashion businesses. And the lady has an attitude, which is what that whole movie was about. The lady has an attitude, and for better or for worse, that attitude has gotten her far. And I just want to remind everybody that we're not, to deliver your mission doesn't mean everybody's going to like you. What's the law of this? 30%, 33% of the crowd's going to hate you. 33% of the crowd is going to love you, and 33% of the crowd isn't going to care about you. That it doesn't matter. And what happens when you get more successful? Well, more people are in those 33, 33, 33. That's it. It never changes. This is a law of the universe. This is one of the laws of success. So you might as well own your scene and have some confidence, even if you have to fake it till you make it. And own it a little bit, have some dignity, have some royalty, treat yourself with that kind of candor and that power, and everything that we're taught in our kind of in our religious upbringings, and then we in the spiritual movements and the new age movement, and now in the wellness industry, they're going after anybody who is who knows who's paying them, the pharmaceutical industries or whatever, but they're going after anybody who has a counterculture opinion about something. So even the wellness industry is now becoming kind of another place where you're being policed if you think anything outside the kind of mainstream narrative. And that's just a bunch of bullshit. And how do you deal with we were talking about this yesterday in the Graces. How do you deal with getting more successful when you're afraid that you're going to be attacked by all sides? Well, how you deal with it is you just realize you are going to be attacked. 33% of the crowd isn't going to like you, and you're not here to be liked. If you're going to deliver your mission, deliver the payload, as it were, you're not here to be liked. You're here to do what you came here to do. And the people who really understand that, those are the people who move time and space, who change history. And I'll read this again. Work never waits. Those who wait have not started yet. And a lot of times the reason why we wait and we don't do things, and we, kind of procrastinate and go back and forth and waffle and this kind of thing, and self-doubt and all the things that we all deal with. I mean, this is just kind of unwinding ourselves from a culture and parental programming and ancestral programming that tells us that we're not good enough, and that that we're here to be somehow liked by everyone, and we're here to be nice and all this kind of stuff. It's just not true. Now, kindness and compassion, they're much deeper frequencies than being nice. Being nice is a cultural kind of conditioning. Being kind and compassionate is a depth of understanding and a depth of consciousness that has nothing to do with being nice. And in fact, sometimes being compassionate is not being nice at all. And people basically conflated that in the new. We call that idiot compassion. Idiot compassion. It's a great term. Chogyam Trungpa coined this term, idiot compassion, which is, I think, I have to be nice so that everybody likes me. And that's really what being a, spiritual person looks like. That's not true. So I want you to get a little ruthless about this kind of, showing up and having an attitude of success and an attitude of gratitude and an attitude of confidence and an attitude that you came here and you have something to give and nobody else is going to give it. And I want you to start to kind of get into that attitude. And some people are, more naturally, they're better at this than others, but you read anybody's entrepreneurial story, from Richard Branson to Oprah to, anybody who has kind of this high success frequency. And the whole story goes like this. Someone asked them to do something that they didn't know how to do. Anna Wintour's story is the same exact story. Someone asked them to do something that they didn't know how to do. And instead of saying, I don't know how to do it, they said, yeah, sure, I'll do that. And then they figured out how to do it. That's it. And then they did it again. And then they did it again. And how did they do that? Well, they did it because they had a little attitude. And the attitude is, yes, I'm going to learn how to do that. I'm going to figure out how to do that. I'm going to step up to the plate on that. And I'm going to, fake it till I make it. That's, Richard Branson said that his whole success story in the early days was that he just had an attitude. And similarly, with, people who are entertainers and that kind of stuff, they have attitudes. They have an aura. That's what gets them there. It's, a lot of times they have some skills and some pure talent, but sometimes it's just the attitude. Sometimes it's just the attitude. And then, they learn the rest of it along the way. So attitude will get you everywhere. And anywhere that you're kind of procrastinating or doubting or halting or kind of not moving in action in the work you need to do, this is kind of keeping you from delivering. And I'll read the bottom, the kind of description. Nobody can stop time. Time creates the space. We move between longitude and latitude. It is the attitude that works out and completes every work for us. Oh, yogi, this is the sacred secret of deliverance. Okay. Number 6. I'm really into this number 5. Okay. This is number 6. Excuses, avoidance, and delays will not stop the consequences. Every sequence will have consequences. Every action will have reaction. Every start will have finish. Every beginning will have end. Our insecurity delays our achievement. Our insecurity delays our achievement. Our excuses show our weakness, and our delays lay the foundation of frustration. Powerful sentence right there. The perfect one, God Almighty, made us perfect to face every challenge and be a victor. As every artist wants to see his art the best, so our divinity wants us to conquer our duality. Oh, yogi, this is the sacred secret of victory. Whew. I'll read that again. Excuses, avoidance, and delays will not stop the consequences. Every sequence will have consequences. Every action will have reaction. Every start will have finish. Every beginning will have end. Our insecurity delays our achievement. Our excuses show our weakness, and our delay lays the foundation of frustration. The perfect one, God Almighty, made us perfect to face every challenge and be a victor. As every artist wants to see their art to be the best, so our divinity wants us to conquer our duality. Oh, yogi, this is the sacred secret of victory. So, this is one of those things where you, if you want to live into a higher or highest frequency of your deliverance of destiny on this planet, and you wouldn't be here if you didn't. If you want to do that, you basically have to take the excuses out of your vocabulary, and it's a powerful spiritual practice. And so, this is one of the things I want you to be thinking about, because excuses come in all sorts of forms. And another way of putting it is the way that we indulge our I couldn't is the kind of yogic, our I couldn't. So we have this kind of knee-jerk reaction. I can't do that. I can't, this is too much for me. I can't do that. I can't show up for that. I can't keep going. I couldn't. It's a form of a self excuse. And what I would highly recommend in this realm, as you develop yourself into the kind of masterpiece that you are, is giving yourself a couple, you have to give yourself a little allowance of your indulgence into, your self-pity, or yourself, your little excuse, or your little, procrastination, or your little, God, I can't handle all this. You're overwhelmed. You have to give yourself a little budget. So I'm allowed for 120 seconds. That's about my budget. I'm allowed for about 2 minutes to have my little, when things really get rough and I have to have my little thing, I'm allowed to have my little moment of indulgence and, my self-pity or my thing. And then, you go into it, you feel bad for yourself, you cry, whatever the thing is, or you really feel like you can't do it. You feel exhausted, you feel overwhelmed, blah, 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 blah. And then you keep going. And then you just keep going. And then you just show up more. And then, so it's a kind of way to deal with that part of you that wants to throw a fit, or wants to procrastinate, or wants to make an excuse, or wants to, kind of recoil back into your smallness. You just give it a little, instead of resisting it, you lean into it and go, okay, that little baby, little part of me that just is, like it needs a little moment of that. And you just let it have it. And then you keep going. And then eventually it kind of starts to disappear altogether. But just to give it a little, but it's a kind of, it needs to have, like, instead of a month or a day or a year of your fucking life or a whole incarnation of your life, it gets 120 magnificent, very concise seconds. And then we keep going. And eventually it'll be like 4 seconds. And then eventually it won't even occur to you to think that you can't keep going, or that you should make an excuse for yourself. It just starts to completely go out of your vocabulary. Oh, Yogi, this is the sacred secret of victory. Okay. And before we get started with this today, I'll read you one more of these. This is the third law of prosperity. So we did the fifth and sixth law of success this morning. And then this is the third law of prosperity. The law of containment. Create a structure to hold the flow of prosperity. This is good. Create a structure to hold the flow of prosperity. Step up to the plate and deal with your finances. If you are in debt, make a plan and eradicate it from your life. Create savings accounts, retirement accounts, and other savings programs to fulfill your needs. I'm going to talk a lot about this at Rama Business School this weekend, because the whole theme of this weekend is called the economics of infinity. And it's more than money. It's more than, kind of our ideas about debt and the balance sheet. It's about the kind of understanding and expansion around inflow and outflow, and responsibility, and humor, and resource management, and really going into another vibrational frequency around how we look at our economic participation, we'll call it, and then how we shift it if we want to, and how we enjoy it along the way, so it's not it doesn't become another kind of place where we're tremoring and imbalanced in our lower chakras. So we're going to work with this a lot, and I have some crazy ass incredible people who are going to be joining me this weekend, who just are doing incredible things around these subjects of really changing the vibrational frequency of how humans relate to the economic structures that we have created, but also the planet Earth has been a slave planet for a long, long time. So the slave, the work slave and the slave frequency is really deep in the epigenetics, and then obviously so many different cultures and races have enslaved each other. So this is just a recapitulation of the slave frequency, and it's a big, long drama of misunderstanding how we move the energy of true resource and empowerment for all, and really kind of the way that the Aquarian age is meant to be delivered and opened up, but it's going to take some work, and each one of us has to do that work. And it's deep, and it goes beyond, my belief is it goes beyond kind of even just the human drama, and different races and cultures, and it goes into a more extraterrestrial drama that's been playing out on this planet for a long time. But you don't have to agree with me on that. So we've all kind of moved in these realms of very, very limited consciousness, and we've incarnated into different pieces of it, and we hold different epigenetics of it, and it's deep. And obviously, with everything that's been happening in America, the movement of this consciousness and this very Piscean way of looking, but it goes beyond the Piscean age way of looking of how we maneuver and grow wealth, and how we treat other human beings. Is just this is the end of that whole era, and much is being healed currently, and we are part of that, and we have to go even deeper into it, so that we start to move that kind of limited epigenetic human slavery, slave master, and all of the ways that we've enslaved ourselves, we've enslaved each other. It's some deep stuff. So we're gonna go deep this weekend. But for now, you got to create a container of your own prosperity, and that's how you relate to the inflow and the outflow. And we'll talk more about it, but I'd like to work a little bit with this today, so we can continue to push the envelope of where our limitations and our belief systems and the trauma and the way that we kind of move this and recapitulate it through the generations. And how we heal it and how we rise together. So thank you all for being here. And let's do this. Let's start with Cat Cow. Satnam. Inhale and stretch up. Exhale, pull the navel to the spine, arch the spine. Inhale. And exhale, press back, forward to the ground, palms together, and just let's make this commitment, all of us together, that we're going to allow for a deeper sense of our own dignity, container for more magnificence, for more freedom and sovereignty and true compassion. Inhale and exhale. Come all the way up. Fingers into the pads of the palms, stretch up, and let's begin some breath of fire. Equal inhale and exhale through the nose. If you're pregnant or if you're on your cycle, you can do long, deep breath. Everybody else, breath of fire, please. Together and stretch the heart, stretch the elbows, pull the mulabandha, focus at the third eye. Exhale, touch the earth, inhale and exhale. And please, we're gonna come up to our feet. And you're going to have the heels together and the toes can be apart. And the thumbs are going to be locked together. And then you're going to inhale and stretch all the way back, please. And keep stretching the heart open with longest, deepest breath. Heels together, toes apart, thumbs are locked. And stretch all the way back and keep stretching, please. Breathe and open the heart. Now take a deep inhale and stretch your utmost, please. Working to get this negativity out of you. And exhale and come forward. Dive forward slowly, slowly. Keep the biceps by the ears. Inhale. Touching the earth, pump the navel point as much as you can with the breath held. And then when you need to exhale, you exhale and you hold the exhale out and you pump the navel. Then you inhale, you hold the breath in and pump the navel. And then you exhale and you hold the breath out and you pump the navel. We're getting some of the commotionality and the insecurity out of you through this navel balancing. So you can live in a stronger, more courageous way. Powerful inhaling and exhaling. Exhale and roll all the way up the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Come all the way up. And widen the feet as wide as you can. The arms are going to be parallel to the ground and bent. But you're standing wide feet. These are the arms. It's like a blessing of the earth. And the legs are as open as you can. Without bending the knees, I want you to move the hips. Without bending the knees, move the hips in a circle, doesn't matter which direction. Really deep breath, please. the energy through the hands and the feet. And exhale. And you're going to keep the legs the way they are. The hands are going to come out, and it's an alternate movement of the hands in little circles as you come and you stretch back, and then you move them forward as you come forward, back, coming back up, inhaling and exhaling, coming forward. Good. Stretch the body. And exhale. Excellent. Please come down to sit. Okay. Now we're going to go like this. Going to have this, it's called Sarb Gyan Mudra. So the Jupiter fingers extended out, both of them, thumbs crossed. And this comes to the middle of the chest and sit up tall. Now you're going to inhale long and deep through the nose and focus on the breath, the depth of the breath, please. It's a very voluntary, mechanical breath. Inhaling completely and deeply, and exhaling completely and deeply. Meditate on the breath. Eyes are closed and rolled up and in. Meditate on the source of the breath, the sound of the breath, the power of the breath. begin to breathe with the mantra. You're going to inhale for 2 rounds of the mantra and exhale for 1 round of the mantra. Inhale, 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 inhale. Now exhale. Inhale. Inhale.
Satnarayan Waheguru Hari Narayan Satnam.
Exhale 1 round.
Satnarayan Waheguru Hari Narayan Satnam. Satnarayan Waheguru.
Keep going. Inhale 2 rounds. Exhale 1 round of the mantra.
Satnarayan Waheguru Hari Narayan Satnam. Satnarayana Waheguru Hari Narayan Satnam. Satnarayan Waheguru Hari Narayan Satnam. Satnarayan Waheguru Hari Narayan Satnam.
Now extend your exhale to 2 rounds of the mantra. So now you're inhaling 2 rounds of the mantra, and you're exhaling 2 rounds of the mantra. Coordinate your breath with the mantra.
Satnarayan Waheguru Hari Narayan Satnam. 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 Satnarayan Waheguru Satnarayan Vaheguru Hari Narayan Satnam 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 Satnarayan Vaheguru Hari Narayan Satnam
in breath of fire. Equal inhale and exhale through the nose. Power and focus on the breath, please.
Satnarayan Vaheguru Hari Narayan Satnam Satnarayan Vaheguru Hari Narayan Satnam Satnarayan Vaheguru Hari Narayan Satnam Satnarayan Vaheguru Hari Narayan Satnarayan Vaheguru Hari Narayan Satnam Satnarayan Vaheguru Hari Narayan Satnam Satnarayan Vaheguru Hari Narayan Satnam Satnarayan Vaheguru Hari Narayan Satnarayan Vaheguru Hari Narayan Satnam 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 Satnarayan Vaheguru
Inhale.
Hari Narayan Satnam Satnarayan Vaheguru
Squeeze the Mulabandha. Focus on your strength, on your grace, on your grit.
Satnarayan Vaheguru Hari Narayan Satnam Satnarayan Vaheguru Hari Narayan
Exhale. Inhale.
Satnarayan Vaheguru Hari Narayan
Single pointed focus on your victory, on your success, on your prosperity. Invoke it, demand it, command it.
Satnarayan Vaheguru Hari Narayan Satnam Satnarayan Vaheguru Hari Narayan Satnam Satnarayan
And exhale. In this meditation, you must concentrate on your breath. The moment it starts affecting your metabolism, you start to feel light, then knowledgeable, then your sense of security starts increasing. You should breathe, not your body. Meditate deeply on your breath and increase your self-control. There is nothing more important than your true self. You have to change the frequency of your psyche and change the degree of your expansion of consciousness. When you understand the behavior of compassion, what you want can come 100 times exponent. But you have to act responsibly and consciously. Work, be. You work, have more success in business and make more money to help more people. Give them peace, tranquility, and grace. Trust yourself so people can trust you. The power in you is a thought. What difference does it make whether you are poor or rich if you have not tried to help somebody? Go, lift somebody up, put somebody on the trail, let things move, feel happy about it. That is true happiness. And Satnam. Okay, wonderful work. So your homework today, your job today, your assignment, if you choose to accept it, is to identify one thing that you are not doing, not moving forward with, not taking action steps on because of, whatever insecurity or procrastination or kind of, what's that word when you can't make decisions, indecisiveness, that you're indulging, or self-pity, or fear, or any manner of thing. Determine one thing that you're not making headway on, taking action steps because of this, this self-doubt and this insecurity, and then make an action step. Do something, one thing. So you determine it, and then you do one thing to break from your habit of self-pity and fear and insecurity and kind of inaction, procrastination. All right, so that's your homework today. Tomorrow we'll be going over the 7th and the 8th law of success, and we'll add this 4th law of prosperity just for fun, because they're so good. And then we'll continue to see how things start to strengthen in you and move. There's a lot here, so a lot to unpack, and it's just fun to be here with you and revel in your progression and success. Okay, bring the palms together. I love you too. I love all of you, and sending you my love and my great belief in your success. I really believe in your success. And not only do I believe in it, but we need it. Okay. We really need you to be very, very successful and very, very fulfilled, because then you can make big changes on the planet. You can carry a lot of people with you. Okay. Bring the palms together. Whew, I know I'm a little stoned here. Here we go. Everything's going to be fine. Let me just find the long-time sunshine. Sunshine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide Sun Nam. Sun Nam. How I Became a Madman by Khalil Gibran. You ask me how I became a madman. It happened thus. One day, long before many gods were born, I woke up from a deep sleep and found all my masks were stolen. The 7 masks I have fashioned and worn in 7 lives. I ran maskless through the crowded streets, shouting, "Thieves, thieves, the cursed thieves." Men and women laughed at me, and some ran to their houses in fear of me. And when I reached the marketplace, a youth standing on a housetop cried, "He is a madman." I looked up to behold him. The sun kissed my own naked face for the first time. For the first time, the sun kissed my own naked face, and my soul was inflamed with love for the sun, and I wanted my masks no more. And as if in a trance, I cried, "Blessed, blessed are the thieves who stole my masks." Thus, I became a madman. And I have found both freedom of loneliness and the safety from being understood. For those who understand us, enslave something in us. But let me not be too proud of my safety. Even a thief in jail is safe from another thief. Satnam. All right. Have a wonderful day, everybody. See you tomorrow. Satnam. We're all looking around and looking at how things need to change and how we need to change and what that's going to look like and what it's going to take. Ultimately, you have to make a narrative that makes sense to you, that gives you energy, and that allows you to navigate a more and more complex time on planet Earth. We're all looking around and looking at how
Kita akare